is the top of the hour, and we believe in being on time. For those of you who just dialed in, my name is Donna Reeves out of Charlotte, North Carolina, originally from the great state of New Jersey, and I will be your host this afternoon. We are extremely excited that you have decided to dial in and hear about this amazing information. First and foremost, Happy New Year. We are on a run that is changing our lives, and we want to share that with as many people as possible. Now, we're excited because we are launching or relaunching the businesses of Lynn Turnquist out of Freeport, Bahamas, Chris Murphy out of United Kingdom, Emma J. Regis out of Tobago, Philip and Denise Perun out of New York, and myself, Donna Reeves, out of Charlotte. Now, we're excited that you're here because of the information that we are about to share. Feel free to grab pen and paper and jot down any questions that you may have going through this presentation, because we want to make sure that we answer all of them before you leave the line today. We don't want you going and asking someone about something that they know nothing about. So we will have a Q&A session at the end of the Zoom so that all of your questions, again, can be answered. This is an interactive Zoom. We are family here, culture of loving, helping, and giving. So please feel free as we're going through. You can type anything in the chat box that you like, as well as questions. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I would like to introduce our first presenter today. She is a wife. She is the mother of a 1-year-old and almost a 3-year-old. She resides in the beautiful island of Tobago, but she is originally from the United Kingdom, so you will hear that beautiful British accent. She is a go-getter. She is my top leader in Tobago, and she is flat out getting it done. She is part of the prestigious 2020 Club, which means that she has personally helped a minimum of 20 families get closer to financial freedom. She owns multiple businesses, Trinidad, Tobago, and the United Kingdom. And without further ado, I would like to introduce to you Miss Emma J. Regis. Emma J., have you made it to the line?
I certainly have, Miss C. Can you see and hear me clearly?
I can. Happy New Year, beautiful. I am so excited that we are continuing this platform. Go ahead and take it away.
Thank you ever so much, Miss D. Well, first of all, Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to your winning season. As Miss Donna said, my name is Emma J. Regis, and I do reside in Tobago. Now, I got started in this business quite simply because I was tired of trading time for money, 100% of my time for money, right? I wanted to build a brand and I wanted to leave a legacy. And I've managed to find a business that not only allows me to do that, but those 2 kids that I have, it allows me to have the freedoms that I need so that they can live their lives beyond any limits. So for those of you out there thinking, well, I want freedom, let's take our imagination caps and think of what financial freedom would look like for you. How about personal freedom? What would that look like? Doing things on your terms, your time, right? And most importantly, time freedom. Well, the good thing with this business is we are going to show you how you're able to design your ideal life. You will be able to earn more, travel more, and experience more. Here, we're able to build a strong network, embrace others, and empower ourselves and others. We're able to benefit from e-commerce, which is hugely important. So you can work anywhere at any time. And guess what? No inventory and no quotas. But also, you'll be able to become a travel professional, earn travel commissions, and learn the secrets of a travel professional. So you're probably wondering to yourself, well, who are we? And I'm glad you asked. Guys, we are Planet Marketing. We are a company that's managed as a business should be. That handsome gentleman you see before you on the right of the screen is Mr. Donald Bradley. He is the Planet Marketing founder and CEO. Now, Planet Marketing is based in Atlanta, Georgia. We are a 10-year-old company, celebrated our 10-year anniversary in October, but we are also a solid company with leadership that is second to none. Let me draw your attention to the bottom of the screen. We have Mr. Andy Cawthon. Unfortunately, he recently retired as our president, but give him his credit. While he was within the company for the last 10 years, he has decades of executive management experience and corporate operations that's got us to where we are thus far. Also, you have Miss Leanne Treckler. She is the company's COO and ensures that the Planet support team is managed how it should be. But let me draw your attention to where the money is at, because some of you may be asking, well, what have we made? What has Planet done? The commissions we've paid to date is over $338 million. So now you think, well, every marketing company must have a product. What is our product? But I'm glad you asked again. Ours is in one of the largest and sexiest industries in our world, travel. So it's simple. We have an exclusive partnership with Planet Marketing. IntelliTravel is our host agency. The gentleman you see on the screen is Mr. James Ferrara. He is the IntelliTravel CEO. IntelliTravel is based in Delray Beach, Florida. We have accreditations and certifications from the CLIA, the Cruise Line International Association, to the BBB, the Better Business Bureau, and we're recognized for excellence. We are a 35-year-old company. And if you're wondering, what have we done today in travel bookings? Well, guess what? Today, we've done 5.5 billion in travel. Now, for anyone who knows about industry rewards and recognitions, let me draw your attention to the bottom of the screen. We have been recognized for Norwegian Cruise Line, Carnival Cruise Line, but that Magellan Award at the bottom, if anyone knows about the Grammys, that is like the Grammys of travel. Now, let me ask you a question. Did you know that commissions are already built inside travel bookings? A lot of people don't know that, and we're here to educate you. Here you're able to enjoy the infinite possibilities as a travel business owner. What does that mean? You'll have the opportunity to earn 70 to 80% of commissions. You'll have a full-fledged at-home agency with a state-of-the-art booking portal, payment gateway, customer management software. And you're probably wondering, what sort of trips can I book? Well, you can book group trips, individual trips, corporate trips, church trips, destination weddings, honeymoon trips, divorce trips, anything you want and much more. This is a full turnkey business where you'll have on-demand agent training modules, access to major suppliers worldwide, sales and marketing material, and much more. You'd also have access to book cruises, vacation packages, resorts, travel insurance, train tickets, vacation rentals, hotel rooms, airline tickets, guys, the list goes on. And guess what? You get paid commissions on every one of them. So you're probably asking, well, why travel? Why now? Well, I'm going to ask you, well, why not travel? Why not now? Guys, travel is the #1 research category online. While you should be there doing your work 9 to 5, you're there searching for the next holiday, the next bargain, your next destination to take off of that bucket list. Travel is currently an $11 trillion industry, and it is projected to reach $15 trillion. Now, let's break it down. We have our baby boomers, and they spend approximately $2.5 trillion annually, and they're fueling the growth. Then we have our millennials. They spend a stunning $4 trillion annually. We then have our Generation X's who want quality over quantity to maintain that work-life balance, and they spend over $3 trillion. And let's not forget our Gen Zs. They're our digital generation, spending over $1.5 trillion annually, and they're our leisure travelers, so they love to mix business and leisure. So, ladies and gents, how would you feel to get paid on what you're doing anyway? You're already doing it, or almost everyone you know is traveling or wants to travel. So, why not turn your mobile phone into an ATM? Here, you're probably wondering how much can you earn? And I'm glad you asked because we're about to show you a few examples. So, do we have anyone who knows any frequent business travelers? They come to your site on your portal and they book 3 nights hotel stay 3 times a month. You'll receive a commission check of $151, and this is US currency, or the currency we're speaking about today is in USD, or as we call it, US dollars. How many bills can 151 US dollars take off of your table? Let's have another look at another example. What about a 5 day golf trip? You don't have to play golf to be able to send someone to golf, right? So let's look at a 5 day group trip golfing in Scottsdale, Arizona for a group of 4. That may take you approximately an hour or so to do and put together. But for that hour, you get a commission check of $274. I'm pretty sure that can take a few more bills off the table. So just put cha-ching in the chat. Here's another example. Do you know anyone getting married soon? They come to you, you organize a 7 day honeymoon package for them, an all inclusive resort in Cancun, complete with butler service. May take you an hour and a half, but that hour and a half will certainly be worth it for a commission check of 561 US dollars. Think of all those bills that you're taking off of that table. But here's the grand example. What about any group trips, family reunions, Aunt Martha who ain't happy, Uncle Bobo who doesn't get on with everyone else, right? They come to you and ask you to organize a 5 day group trip for a family reunion. You book 20 cabins on a Western Caribbean cruise. For all those headaches from Uncle Bobo and Aunt Martha, you're going to earn a commission check of over 2,200 US dollars, right? I'm pretty sure that can buy enough Tylenol, Panadol, or painkillers that you need. It would simply be worth it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have fun learning and earning. Here, you become better educated on travel vendors and industry products. You can advance through each level of certification and position yourself for increased earnings, and also acquire vendor-specific certifications at your own pace. So, as an IntelliTravel agent, we learn in different places. Our classrooms aren't boardrooms. So we had an IntelliTrip. We went to Negril, Jamaica for 4 days, 3 nights, all inclusive, adults only, to gain our wellness travel certification. For those 4 days, 3 nights, we paid 499 US dollars per person. Here's another example for you. Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. Just sounds so luscious. Imagine you're going there for 4 days, 3 nights, 5-star all-inclusive to earn your luxury travel advisor certification. We paid 720 US dollars. So, ladies and gentlemen, IntelliTravel comes with our IntelliTrust guarantees. The first guarantee is our best travel price guarantee. Simply means is if you book a trip for someone and they go away within 7 days and they see it cheaper somewhere else, if we aren't able to meet or beat it, which means apples to apples, orange to oranges, we will cut your client a check for 110% of the difference in IntelliBucks to use towards their next vacation. Our second guarantee is our no questions asked 100% money back guarantee. So we say, come in, try it for 29 days. It's usually 30, but we give ourselves a 1 day waiver. If you are not happy for any reason and you wish to cancel, you can do so with no questions asked within your first 29 days and get a full refund. The third one is our unique profit guarantee. Now, any business owner or entrepreneur knows that really 29 or 30 days isn't enough time to really and truly try and test a business. So Mr. Ferrara says, come into the business, try it for 12 months. And if you don't make or save what you invested, guess what? We will cut you a check for the difference and you still get to keep your business. Who does that? We do that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd love to thank you so much for allowing me to take you to the beaches of the world. And now I'm about to bring before you a lady who's about to take you to the banks. This lady is a one-star director in this amazing opportunity. She resides in Charlotte, North Carolina. She retired last year as a vice president for a prestigious bank. She loves helping people. She is part of the prestigious 40/40 Club. She is in the top 1%, of leaders within the organization. She has a team in over 16 countries, and it is with great pleasure to bring before you my coach and mentor, Miss Donna Reeves. Donna, have you made it to the line?
I'm back. I am here. Emma J, can you see and hear me clearly?
We certainly can, Miss D. Take it away. Welcome back.
Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as Emma J said, she took you to the beach, but I am about to take you to the bank. As she said, I was in corporate America and I spent 45 years in the financial services arena. The last 19 as a vice president was with Wells Fargo Bank. I did retire last June, but I retired with a plan. Many people say to me, why are you a business owner when you had a great career? And it's very simple, and I'm going to tell you the same answer every single time. You cannot rely on someone else to bring you to your financial freedom or the journey in which you're going to take to get there. You see, at any moment, if you are employed by someone, which has happened to me, someone can tap you on the shoulder and say, Donna, you are an amazing employee. You've done a great job, but I'm sorry, today is your last day. Not because of what you did or didn't do, but because they had the ability to get rid of you. So what we're sharing with you today is for you to have a plan B while you already have your plan A, or giving yourself an additional 8 streams of income so that you can set yourself free. And what we're going to be doing is building a network and empowering yourself and others, capitalizing on the power of leverage and residual income. You see, my favorite uncle, you know him, Warren Buffett, says, never rely on a single source of income. You must invest to create a second source. Now, my uncle did
Already
not
know
say
the
go
head
out
already.
and get a second job. He said, rely on a second source. And that is what we are going to show you here today. Now, leveraged income. A lot of people will say, I'm not a salesperson. You know, this isn't a sales job, but we all really sell. Someone that you love how she does your hairstylist, you're referring her. You go to a great restaurant and the meal is amazing. You're telling everybody. The last phenomenal movie you saw, you shared that. You see, we do that each and every day, even referring people to your place of employment. The question is, do you get anything from that? And the answer,
Oh,
99.9% of the time, is no.
you have beefs?
Whoever is
You have
speaking. Sorry about that. So, leverage income, what does that mean? Every time you share this opportunity with someone, and what is it? Travel, you are going to get a direct sale of $50. Now, I know you're looking at me and saying, Donna, whoever invited me on this call, I know you did not invite me on here today to talk about $50. And you're absolutely right. I did not. I invited you and others to talk about so much more. So when you start, that direct sale is going to be $50. Now, the person that you've sold a travel agency to can go out and do the same thing if they're also a Planet Marketing rep. And when they go out and do the same thing you do, they are going to get that direct sale of $50, but you are going to get a 50% check match. So if somebody goes out and earns $1,000 this week, and you were the person that shared this opportunity with them, you are going to make 500. And as you see at the bottom, it says no limits on direct sales, matches, or team bonuses. Upfront commissions are paid weekly with 2 E's. There is no A in there because there is no weakness in this compensation plan. And then in addition, once you get to the level of gold builder, which I'm going to be discussing, you begin to get a $10 team bonus that goes from 10 all the way up to $60. Now, Mr. Bradley loves sports and he really loves the Olympics. So we base this on the Olympics. So when you go out and you sell 3 travel agencies, you are what is called a bronze builder. 6, total of 6, you are a silver builder. Total of 9, you are a gold builder. And just like the Olympics, they train hard. And when they get there, they're not going there to get bronze or silver. They want to stand on the top of that podium and receive the gold medal. Well, here, when you become a gold builder, 3 additional streams of income are going to kick in for you. The first is you are going to start to get that $10 team bonus. What does that mean? Instead of $50 on every direct sale, you're getting 60. And that 50% check match goes from 25 to 35. In addition, you are going to make 10% on all of your personal ITA's travel commissions. So Emma J talked about that cruise, $2,200 that the person received. If you were the gold builder that brought that travel agent into the business, they're going to get the 2,200, but you're going to get 10% or 220. You don't even know they booked a cruise. You don't know who was on the cruise. You don't know who was doing the cha-cha slide up on the Lido deck, and you don't really have to care. Because you have shared this with someone, the company is going to reward you with 10%. And then the last is a 10% match on your personal reps matrix commissions. And I'm going to go into that in a little bit more detail. You see, on the agent side, you are a IntelliTravel agent. You own a travel agency, but you also are a Planet marketing rep. And that means that you have the ability to sell the travel agency franchise. So now we're going to jump into residual income. Remember in the beginning, I said leverage and residual. On the residual side of things, what that means is you do something once and you get paid over and over and over again for it. For example, Michael Jackson, one of the greatest entertainers of all times, right? His music, which is still played today, every single time a song that he wrote is played or that he recorded is played, his estate gets proceeds from that. They're earning off of something that he did decades and decades and decades ago and is no longer here. That's what leverage income is all about. Now, this is a 3x9 team build matrix. And please pay close attention to team. You're not doing this alone. It's 3 wide and it's 9 deep. So if you look to the right where it says level, under that column, when you see 2, you are going to see a lock. When you get 2 travel business partners, it unlocks that matrix I was talking about. What that means is every time now somebody joins your organization, whether you brought them in or somebody else on your team, you begin to get $4 per agency. So let's look at the bronze builder. Bronze builder, you brought in 3 travel agencies, but on that level, there are 27 seats. You multiply that times 4, and it's $156. Come down to silver. You have sold 6 travel agency franchises. Well, at that level, there are 729 seats. Multiply that by 4, and it's 4,368. If you were the person that sold the agency and the Planet Rep business to an individual, they got the 4,368, but you got 10% from the company, or $436.80. Well, let's slide down to gold. What'd we say? Everybody is running for gold. On that level, there are 19,683 seats. If you add all those seats up, it's over 29,000 seats. But on that level, multiply that by the $4 bill, and it's $118,092. Now, for us in the United States, and I don't know all over the world, although we are in many, many countries, we have here what's called a 401k plan. You invest in it, and when you retire, a certain age, you're able to take that money out and put it into another tax shelter or investment. Here, we call this our 401k on steroids. You see, because you start collecting these funds after you have sold to agencies, and it continues to grow and grow and grow as people join your organization. Now, the director's program, once you become a gold builder, it opens up the ability for you to become a director. So let's look at a 1-star director. That means you and your team, remember, gold builder, you're responsible for 9, but you have a team of 100 independent travel agents. When you hit that mark, doesn't matter when in the month you hit it, you are going to get a $500 director bonus on the first of the month. And then you also get another $10 raise. So instead of making 50 on every direct sale, you're making 70. And that 50% check match went from 25 to 45. But in addition, remember, you're getting that matrix pay of $4 on every agency. So multiply the 100 times the 4, that's $400. You're getting that director bonus, which is $500. But look to the left, the second bullet. It says 1-star directors receive 1,000 monthly income guarantee from all sources. What does that mean? At the end of the month, the system is going to scroll down, and if they see you've only made 900 from all sources, they are going to cut you a check for the difference, that $100. You will always make 1,000 US dollars. Let's look at the 2-star director. You and your team have accumulated 300 travel agencies. Multiply 3 times 4 is $1,200. You're going to get on the 10th of the month. That's when that matrix kicks in. And then on the first of the month, you're going to get the director bonus of $1,000. It doubles. And as you see going down, it continues to double almost. Now you're also going to get another $10 raise. So instead of making 50 every time you make a sale, it's 80. And that 50% check match goes from 25 to 55. Let's move on down to 5-star director. 4,000 agents collectively on the team. 4 times 4 is 16,000. They get on the 10th of the month, but their director bonus on the first of the month is $10,000. Also, as you see, on each star level, you're getting another $10 team bonus. So when you get to 5-star director, you're making 110 on every direct sale and 85 on the 50% check match. Now, currently, we are up to 6-star directors. So they start their month off with 40,000 in matrix pay, the 16,000 director bonus. We yet to have a 7 8, 9, or 10-star director, but I promise you we are about to pop a 7-star out of the United Kingdom any moment now. Now, the beauty of this director program is it continues to grow. People are like, I don't know 10,000 people, either do I. And that's the beauty of this business, because you're sharing it with people you know that continue to do so. You see, in this business, everybody does what we do. Like Emma J said, what people don't realize is this is a business that you can be paid from. Now, the President and Ring and Rolex program, those rings and things, Mr. Bradley believes in rewarding what he sees repeated, and he likes hardware. So when you are making $100,000 annually, $8,333 per month, he's going to give you the sapphire ring. 250,000 annually, which is 20,833 a month, you're going to get the ruby ring. 500, a half a million a year, which is 41,666 per month, you're getting the diamond ring. And then as a millionaire, 83,333 a month minimally, you are a millionaire and you're getting the double diamond ring. And yes, we have people in all of these categories, but I know you're saying, do you really have millionaires? We do. Currently, we have 8 millionaires that have been developed. And I am proud to say at convention in 2025, I sat next to one of those millionaires and she was in her 20s. Age doesn't matter. Background doesn't matter. What matters is your desire to change your life. And then when you become a 5-star director, he's going to give you a Rolex timepiece, right? And you can wear that proudly. Would I buy myself a Rolex? Probably not. But if Mr. Bradley is going to give me one, I will take it graciously. Now, this is our income disclosure statement. A lot of people talk about, is this legal? Is this a pyramid? Is this a susu? Is this, that, and the other? This is legal. As Emma J shared, hey, we're accredited with the Better Business Bureau. We have the A+ rating. All of us in the United States pay taxes on this money. So any funds that we make over 600 US dollars, we have to pay taxes on. Now, we're currently in 22 countries, about to go into our 23rd, but all of you international guests on the line, you do not pay taxes on this money. You get this money clear and free. But we report this to the Internal Revenue Service. But I want you to go down to the gold builder, because that's what we've been talking about, right? Run for gold. A gold builder in 2024 worked approximately 15 hours per week. The low side, the person made $400. They were asleep all year. Average made $5,100, but there was a gold builder that made over $500,000. Now, this income disclosure statement will soon switch out from 2024. 2025 will be in there, and I bet you that number will be much higher. You go down to the 6-star directors, they are making $1 million per year. And what are they making it on? Selling travel agencies to people that are doing it already. Now, this is really important to me, and it's called the Planet Pledge. And so when you become a 1-star director, as the Planet Marketing Director, feel secure in knowing that in the event of your death, the Planet business you've built will outlast you. Your family will still receive your Planet Marketing weekly commission, director pay, director bonus, and monthly residual income. Now, when I became a director, I immediately got legal documents in the mail. I put on that legal document who I wanted to leave my money to. That could be anybody. I'm not married. I have no children. I am leaving my money to my siblings and my 2 favorite nieces. If I were to die today, all of the money that I make on a weekly and monthly basis would be divided equally and sent to my beneficiaries. Now, why is this so important and really change my perspective on business owners that care about the people that buy into their business? You see, I told you I spent 45 years in the financial services arena, 19 as a vice president with Wells Fargo Bank. Well, when I retired on June 4th, 2024, what did I get after all those years? What do you think? Did I get a pledge? Did I get to leave anything for my loved ones? Absolutely not. What I got was a plaque and a $150 gift card. That told me right here the heart of Mr. Bradley and what he was doing in changing people's lives that were helping others become financially free through the world of travel. Again, and entertainment that everybody already does. This was a game changer for me. Now, this is a turnkey business. We have valuable tools, systems, support. You'll have websites. You'll have a marketing and travel website. You'll have mobile apps, marketing and travel. You'll get training, on-demand training, live training, webinars, Zooms. You'll have events, live events, training, and convention. You see, in 2025, our convention which was in the largest Marriott in the world, which is in Orlando. Our guest note speaker was Dr. John C. Maxwell, the leader, the godfather of leadership. This year, 2026, we will be back at the Marriott. This might be the last year. I think we will have grown out of it. But from September 10th through the 12th, our convention is going to be called Unstoppable. No excuses, no fear, no limits. And our guest note speaker is Fraser Brooks. If you don't know who Fraser is, go out and Google him and you'll see he is a powerhouse, just as Dr. Maxwell was. Now, how do I start? Everybody says, how do I start? The information was great, but how do I start this business? Well, price is what you pay, but value is what you get. And I know you're looking at those numbers and saying, come on, Donna, I know that I cannot have these two businesses for $199.90 US. Well, yes, you can. Let's round it up to $200. $179.95 goes to IntelliTravel for your travel business. $19.95 goes to Planet Marketing for your marketing business. You see, you cannot sell a travel agency unless you are a Planet Marketing rep. That totals $59.95 overhead that you will pay each month, which starts 30 days after you join. $39.95 goes to IntelliTravel. $19.95 goes to Planet Marketing. And if you add in the mobile apps, it is $64.95. Now, when you think about owning a business, I've been a traditional business owner for 40 years. I've owned businesses, brick and mortar, in malls. Let me just tell you that you cannot run a business, an $11.5 trillion industry business, for $64.95. Yes, this is a game changer. And what I love about this industry is we don't have to chase or convince because everybody does what we sell. So normally people that join the Zoom, there are 3 different types, right? But it's time to get mad. What does that mean? Make a decision. So our number 3s said, you know what, Donna, or whoever invited me, thank you for inviting me today, but I'm not interested. And we want to say thank you. Thank you for spending some time with us this afternoon to learn about this amazing opportunity. All we ask is the next time you are ready to travel, get back to the person that invited you and give them your business instead of giving it to a no-name. The number 2 say, this sounds good, but I have questions. Absolutely. And we love questions. Please stay on the line and we are going to answer all of those questions for you. Number one says, Donna, I was ready when Emma J talked about that $2,200 commission being on a cruise. How do I get started today? Whatever category you fit into, we just want you to make a decision. Now, we are so excited because you know that your journey of success, right, starts with you. And you have taken the first step by joining us today. But the beauty of this business, as I said when we started, it is a beauty of culture, family, helping one another achieve greatness. You took the first step, but the journey of 1,000 miles we are going to take with you. So for all of you that joined us today, first we want to say welcome to the best place on the planet. But on behalf of Lynn Turnquist, Chris Murphy, Emma J. Regis, Philip and Denise Perrone, and myself, we want to say thank you so much for joining us today and learning about this amazing business model. Now, don't hang up. I'm going to bring my co-hosts back up, and we are going to answer all of your questions. As I said, we do not want you to leave here today and go ask someone that has no clue about this industry. Get the answers from the experts so that you can make an educated decision. Emma J, are you back here with me?
I certainly am. I never left your side.
I love it. I love it. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can take yourself off mute and you can ask the question, or you can type it in the chat box. Emma J and I will be manning the chat box to see what your questions are. And as you're formulating your question, if you have it, Emma J and I are going to go over a few things that come up all the time. And we want to make sure that we address them before you even have to ask them. The one thing that I am going to say is I know that the dollar amount was in US currency, right? Both companies are in the United States. IntelliTravel, Delray Beach, Florida, Planet Marketing, Atlanta, Georgia. But I'm kind of eyeing what countries joined us today. So I'm just going to run down the cost per country so you know how much it costs where you are. And if I don't hit your country, let me know and we'll get you that information. As you know, the United States was $199.90. Your overhead per month is $64.95 to run your business. Trinidad and Tobago, one time, 1,400 TT, your overhead is 440. Your dollar fluctuates, so I'm saying approximately. United Kingdom, hey, UK on the line, I love it. 156 pounds one time, your overhead is 46 pounds per month. Jamaica, approximately 31,000 Jamaican dollars one time, your overhead 10,169. Barbados, 404 one time, your overhead 130. Belize, 401 one time, your overhead 130. St. Kitts and Nevis, 541 one time, your overhead 180. If I've left out any country, please let us know and we will get you that information. But Emma J, I want to start out by sharing with the people, most people are afraid because they've never been a business owner before. But we tell it like it is. You're going to get it straight from us. But we don't just do numbers here, right? Talk to our guests about how and what they mean to us coming into this business. You're on mute.
Yeah, sorry. I like that question. Should I say I love that question? Because that's one of the objections of a lot of people, right? I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to start. Donna started without any experience. I started without any experience. The other business partners on the line started without any experience. It's all about knowing to yourself what it is that you want and know that you have a way of getting here. Too many times people say, oh, I want $1 million. What's your plan? I ain't got one, right? With this business, you are not a number. You're not in a job. So you're not a number on a payroll. You're a business owner and you're coming into a culture of like-minded people who are all on a similar journey to achieve that freedom. No, apologies, achieve those freedoms, right? This business opportunity, just as a little personal note for me, this business does stuff for you that you didn't even know can be done, right? And that's a true testimony from me because it's self-development. You are in business for yourself, but not by yourself, right? And if you think, right, okay, in a job, you can go from starting at the bottom, maybe as a filing clerk, and then work your way up, there's no difference in this job. Sorry, in this business opportunity, but the rewards are different. The rewards are different. Why? Because every time you open your mouth, you have the opportunity to make that income. But you just have to open your mouth. We're all too sometimes scared to do the simple things in life. But you all made the first step by jumping on today to see what your family's like. Because these are all your new brothers, sisters, and cousins, right? As we say, Miss Donna is my coach and mentor. You're in business for yourself, but never by yourself. I have her on speed dial. So you join today with whoever you partner with, it will be exactly the same. Back to you, Miss D.
I love it. I'm going to jump into what is the elephant sometimes in the room. And people, which I talked about a little bit with the income disclosure statement, that this is a pyramid scheme. And I understand why some people think that because they got caught up in the susu, the flower, the giving tree. And it goes like this. Emma J, give me $500 and I promise you in 5 weeks I'm going to give you 5,000. Can't promise Emma J any money because that money is coming from other people that have been convinced that if they give 500, they're going to get 5,000. Both of these businesses are debt free and legitimate, mandated by the Internal Revenue Service, the Federal Trade Commission, anything that has to regulate money and what we do. We have a business, a product, excuse me, and we have a business, right? So our product is travel. We are selling travel agency franchises. And you have the ability not only to book travel for yourself and others and get paid, but you also have the ability to sell the travel agency franchise. As I said to you, here in the United States, any dollar we make over 600, we have to pay taxes on. But if you don't even believe that, believe this. If this is a illegal pyramid scheme, then that means that Royal Caribbean, MSC Cruises, American Airlines, Delta Airlines, any cruise, any hotel, any rental car, anything that we are connected to, which is every supplier in the world, is a part of this illegal scam. It just isn't true. Travel and entertainment is trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars, right? We sell their product. They are our partners. This is a legitimate business. And when you do join us, you will learn all of the ins and outs about the business as well as all of the rewards that you can get by being involved in the business. So I wanted to address that. I always want to hit that because I don't want people leaving thinking that somebody is trying to scam them. So let's
So
see.
I didn't see any questions in the chat box, Miss D, but one thing I want to ask, which probably others are out there thinking it, but just not going to ask it. How much time do I need to put into this business?
Hmm. It's like anything else. The time you put in is what you are going to gain from it. But this is your business. So when you come into the business and we talk about strategy, we're looking at how much time do you have? Because people are in different phases of their life. Emma J's a beast, but she has a 1 and a 4-year-old. I couldn't do what she does with a 1 and 4-year-old. I'm just being honest, right? But we talk about your time. So a lot of people don't come to me and say, I have no time because I am targeting people that I see have the desire to change their life. But if you do, we're going to do an exercise and we're going to look at a calendar that has 7 days a week that starts 7 in the morning and goes through the night. And I'm going to say to you, I want you to mark on that calendar every time you have something to do. That's going to work, going to church, going to Bible study, bringing the kids to soccer, getting my hair done, pedicure, whatever it is, mark it off on that calendar. And then once you have, look at all the white space. You see, most people have a lot of time, but what they're doing during that time is laying on the couch, watching Netflix, scrolling on their phone. We're going to show you how to fill those times with income producing activities that are going to bring money into your household, eliminate some debt or finances that you want to eliminate, and then, of course, continue to grow. So if you say to me, Donna, I only have 10 hours a week I can devote to this business. Let's say an hour, there's 7 days in a week. I can only devote 7 hours a week. We're going to work those 7 hours. We are going to make those 7 hours the best 7 hours you can put into your business. And that's where the strategy comes in, because we map that out. What does that look like? So you're not coming in trying to figure all this stuff out yourself. You're coming in being guided, being coached to your success level. But this is it. You got to be trainable, coachable, teachable, and reachable. I don't chase. I don't convince. I am here to support you and help you far exceed me. I want you to pass me, right? But the only way to do that is if you're engaged and you are working your business. No different than if you owned a brick and mortar store. Let's just say you own a store and people are passing your store every day and you're like, I'm not getting any business. Why isn't anybody coming in? Well, that's because the lights are out and your door is locked. You're an undercover agent. You're a secret agent. Unlock the door, turn the lights on, put the welcome sign up, and they will come. And that is what we show you how to do, face to face and social media. One of the things that Emma J said is that I have agents in 16 countries. Did I go to those 16 countries to meet those people? I went to none. Yes, I live in the United States, so I was in this country, but all of those other countries I met on social media, and we show you how to do that. Now, do I now travel to those countries? Yes, because I have family now in all those different countries. I spent a month in Panama last year, weeks in Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, we do. We show you how to market your business, just like any other business owner would have to do to be successful in the industry. Any questions in the chat box, Emma J?
No, Misty, it's a very quiet bunch today.
I can't believe that, but I'm going to
None
ask you a
whatsoever.
question. What do I get when I join this business? Tell me what comes with paying that 200 US or whatever the currency is in your country.
Right, so for your 200 one-time registration fee, you'll receive 2 websites, one for the travel side, one for the marketing. 2 mobile apps, again, one for the travel side, one for the marketing. You'll receive your credentials, your IATA number to book your land and air, your CLIA number, your Cruise Line International Association number to book those cruises. You'll receive training. You'll be trained by Miss Donna Reeves. You'll be trained by the suppliers. You'll be trained by the VP of training. And we also have ambassadors, right? You'll receive marketing materials. You receive everything that you need to start your business immediately, right? And for those of you who want to know about, okay, get registration, or how do I get started? What does it take? You just need to be over the age of 18, have a mobile phone or a laptop, right? And have a credit or debit card that can make online international payments. The setup process takes about 15 to 20 minutes, depends on how quick you type, and we'll be walking you through every step of the way. Back to you, Misty.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, if you tried to start this business on your own, it would cost you millions of dollars. Just think about the legal team, the customer service, IT. We don't take care of or update our mobile apps or the website. You've got people behind the scenes doing all of what, if you were owning the business, meaning the CEO of both of these business, you would have to take care of. So a lot goes into what you're provided, but it's low equity injection, but the overhead, if you really dive in and do this thing, can be astronomical. I'm going to talk about a couple things and then I'm going to let you go if there are no other questions. The one thing that I want to say is people say, oh, travel's oversaturated. Well, no, it isn't. We currently are in 22 countries. We are about to enter into the United Arab Emirates first quarter of this year. So that makes 23 countries. There are 195 countries in the world. We haven't even touched all of it. And people that do come in say, why aren't you in Africa? Why aren't you here? Why aren't you there? And it cost us $2.4 million cash to enter into each country. Your country owns the tourism. So it's not like, oh, we're going to have agents there. Let's just, go into that country. There is legal paperwork, documents. It is a long process. So it takes a minute to get into countries, but once we're in there, we have license in that countries, we're accredited in that country, we have our certifications in that country, we are legally operating in that country, and then blessing all the people in that country to do what we do. It looks like Larry Raymond, one of my guests, has a question. Yes, Larry? Saw your hand up? Let me see if you put it in the chat box. No,
I just have two simple questions.
Yes.
So I'm very much interested in the business, and I'm very much interested in learning the new skill, right, of travel agency. Yeah. But if I don't have the capital now, how long do I have to wait before I could register with you all? That's one question.
Let
And
me
you
answer
mentioned
one
that,
at a time. Okay,
yeah,
Larry, just so people get your question and answer. I love that question because if anybody tells you that you have to join this business and if you don't join today, you can't, that's a crock. This is a
mhm.
decision you are making, right? So, Larry, you have all the time you need. But because you're telling me, Donna, you invited me and I am interested in this business, we are going to act like you're already in the business while you're getting the funds together, which means that you're going to start inviting people to the Zoom presentations, which are almost every day of the week. I don't do them every day of the week. There's other leaders that do them. We're acting like you're in the business, exposing people that you know are like-minded and would want extra stream of income. So when you are ready, you come into the business and then you've got other business partners or other individuals that are ready to join you. That immediately brings back to you your investment. Next question.
Yeah, question number two. You mentioned that this system has nothing to do with a pyramid scheme or anything like that, right?
Yep.
So I was wondering, do you all have what you call a legal team who could challenge that? Because in this country, recently, must be a few years ago, the government passed a law that will hold everybody accountable for getting involved in any form of pyramid scheme business. All right?
Yeah.
So that means the victim will be as much as guilty as the perpetrators. So I want to make sure that you all have a solid legal team who could be willing to fight for any one of your co-partners or so to speak, right, on this issue. Because so far,
Absolutely. Larry, that's a really great question, and I'm glad you brought it up. Number one, yes, there's a legal team, and our legal team backs us. But the other thing is that in your information that you'll get about the company, right, you see the legal aspects of this company. I understand what you're saying. That's why I always bring up the pyramid scheme, the susu, the flower, whatever it is, because, and I believe you're from Trinidad and Tobago. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
Right. So one of my first business partners, and I've been doing this 8 years, was from Trinidad and Tobago. That's why I love Trinidad and Tobago so much. And when I met him, and a few years later, Trinidad and Tobago got stomped. I know his pastor lost $40,000, right, in one of those pyramid schemes. And there's no recourse, right? You're in trouble, but the person that did that to you normally is the person that gets away with it. But absolutely, this is a legitimate business. And anybody in your country that says this is a pyramid scheme, guess what? We've already been approved in your country. We already have the license to be in your country. As I just said, we pay $2.4 million entering into each country because Trinidad and Tobago owns their tourism. They vetted us out. They know who we are. We would not be in Trinidad and Tobago if we were a scam. Furthermore, we would not be reporting all of this money to the Internal Revenue Service. Thieves, people that start pyramid schemes, people that are trying to steal from hardworking people, don't report that money that they collect to the government. Every penny that we pay, every penny that is earned is documented and is with the Internal Revenue Service. So absolutely. If anybody ever came to you talking about, Larry, you joined Donna, you're in a pyramid scheme, you're going to jail, our legal team would be talking to those individuals, but that will never happen to you because this is a legal business.
Misty, if that was the case, I'd be going to jail. The other almost 400 agents that's in Trinidad and Tobago would be going to jail. That's certainly, definitely not the case, Larry, at all whatsoever. Yeah, and it's so much so that I actually hold Passport to Freedom live in-person events here in Tobago as a community-driven, soon to be held in Trinidad. You know, I have 2 kids. I don't have time to do jail time, right? So have that, let that be the least of your worries when it comes to coming into this business.
Were you in Trinidad or Tobago, Larry?
I'm in Trinidad.
Okay. Just asking. We will certainly let you know as well when the meetings start in Trinidad. We're still looking for a location, but they're already going on in Tobago.
Mm-hmm. Why I'm looking for so much, we call it just like what you said, Warren Buffett said, extra sources of revenue. You know, because of the many things that happened in the past, especially in a country like this, and the modern day scamming culture, it's very difficult sometimes to convince other people that what you are doing is in fact legal and they would not be scammed, right? And that is where people with strong technological experts come in. Now, you say they trained us, yes. I'm not an expert in technology or anything like that. So what level of technological expertise that I'll be given to help convince my clients that they are not getting involved in any type of fishy business?
Yeah. You know what, Larry, you're not convincing them on anything. You're getting them in front of me so that they can hear me, someone successful in the business, or other leaders within the organization. As far as your technical abilities, I have brought people in this business that have never used a computer before. There are people in this business that are almost 90 years old. I just turned 67, right? Do I know how to use a computer? Yes, because I've been in corporate America, but that's not everybody. People don't have the level of expertise, but if you can type, you can do this business. So don't be overwhelmed with the technical aspects of, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to do that? It is all shown to you and you are walked through. Self-paced training modules. Nobody's rushing you on the travel side. Things that you can do, training from the company, as Emma J said, me. other leaders within the organization, teaching you both sides of the business, travel as well as the marketing side. We can have a further conversation after this so I can answer all your questions. But for anybody on the line, don't try to convince somebody about this. We're not in the convincing business. We educate them. You can give them information. They can Google the companies. But in addition, you're putting them in front of people that are doing this business and are successful in this business so that we can answer the questions. And all that you've heard today, you'll hear over and over and over again, as well as other questions that may be asked from individuals. But as Emma J said, you're in business for yourself, not by yourself. You have a team, you have great leadership, coaching. You just have to plug in, be engaged to get the knowledge and the self-development. So eventually you will be doing the same.
Misty, I believe
Thank
you.
Uh-huh.
Sorry,
Yeah, continue. Yeah.
Thanks a lot. I believe leverage is the main word here, right? For everybody. Leverage, leverage, leverage. Remove all the limited doubts. Oh, I want to know this, I want to know that, I want to know all the facts before I come into the business. Remove all of that, right? Because you've seen an opportunity and you want to jump onto that opportunity. And now you've got this devil, negative vibes in your ear telling you, well, but can you do technical stuff? Can you do this? Can you do that? And the more you let that subconscious hit into your mind, the more you're going to start doubting yourself, right? So now you've seen something and you want to jump on it, take that first step, right? It's no different to you going to your job. You got nervous, you applied for the job, you went for the job interview. Oh my gosh, I've got the job, right? Now you're in the job. Every single day you're learning. The beauty of this business is you come in, you're reachable, teachable, coachable, trainable. Literally, you listen and the business works for itself. Listen, expose, leverage. That's all you have to do, right? Back to you, Misty.
All right. Thank you, ladies.
You are so welcome, Larry, and I will get with you so we can have further discussions. Are there any more questions before we close out the Zoom today? Just checking. I don't see any. If you want to see this information again, the next Zoom is tomorrow, January 4th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The person that invited you can invite you to that Zoom presentation. One of the things that I want to say to you, though, is this was not come convince Larry today or convince any other guest on the line today that this is not what this is about. It's about mindset. It's about you thinking outside of the box of where people are captured, right? And what I mean by that is if travel is not your thing, if you're like, I'm not traveling anywhere, I don't even want to go across town to the Marriott. No, I'm sitting in my house. I do not want to travel. I don't want to do travel. That's okay. But what we presented to you today is about opening up your mind, getting that plan B while you still have your plan A or while you're in between plans. Figure out a way that you can bring additional streams of income into your household to change your financial future. And this is the biggie. If you join us, if you partner with us, because you're my partner, I'm not your boss. When you partner with us, just know that I am going to work as hard as you do for you in getting you that legacy. What does that mean? That the work you put in now can take care of your family for the rest of their life. And it isn't just one generation. When I leave this to people and they pass on, it continues to be left generation to generation to generation. So I hope today we opened up your mind to allow you to know that this is all bigger than you. But when you make a decision, that you will have people here that will be guiding, coaching, and teaching you how to get exactly where we are today. And I'm sorry that people are coming off mute. There we go. So if there are no further questions, Happy New Year, everybody. So excited that you honored the invite of the individual for the Zoom today. Business partners, please stay on the line for a few minutes. We have some stuff to share with you, some great information. But guests, get back to the person that invited you to this Zoom. And then they're going to get you on the line with myself or another leader so I can answer any additional questions that you may have that didn't come up today or you didn't think about. And then you can make that educated decision. Happy New Year. Let's make 2026 the year that we always say is going to be the year. Because we believe here on the planet that 2026, we are going to change so many lives that we are going to get the freedoms that we know have been promised to us. Happy New Year, everybody. Have an amazing week. Get back to the person that invited you. They'll give you the Zoom invite for tomorrow. Business partners, stay on the line, please. Have an amazing weekend. But I want to see you at the beach and the bank. That's two places that we go often. Are you ready? I'm ready to receive you, and so are the individuals that invited you today. God bless. Have an amazing weekend, and we're going to see you at the top because you already know the bottom is too crowded. Have an amazing day.